Hey YouTube community, this is the Think Get Fit YouTube channel, and my name is Dr. Sal Rizzuto. I am a general dentist in my hometown of Rhode Island. I'm also a certified personal trainer, online fitness coach, and a nutrition specialist. And I'm here to just provide information about what the Think Get Fit system is, who I am, what my journey is, and how we all put this together. So the Think Get Fit program, in a nutshell, is just a system. It's a system designed to help you reprogram your mind so that we can eliminate any negative behaviors that lead to certain actions that give you the results that you currently have, if you are not currently in good shape or you're hoping to transform. And then we were going to replace those with some positive behaviors and beliefs, so that way we can sustain this for a lifetime. That's the whole goal of the Think Get Fit system. But during the process, you'll also read our book, the Think Get Fit book, which will also provide the educational background that's necessary. So in one aspect, you're training your mind differently, you're learning about nutrition, and you're learning about exercise, the basics, the fundamentals, nothing crazy. This is just to jumpstart you. And at the same time, we're here to hold your hand if you need it. We're here. So how did I get involved with this? Well, first and foremost, let's start with my childhood. When I was young, I think maybe 8 years old, I was in second grade. I went to a friend's house and we had baked French fries, and I stuffed a bunch in my mouth and I unfortunately choked on it. And from that day forward, I was really afraid to eat anything solid. For I think 2 months, all I ate were soft foods, puree, protein shakes, applesauce, pudding, mashed potatoes. I just would not eat anything that I couldn't swallow readily. And it just gave me this big fear. Eventually, I overcame it. And when I did overcome it, I started to eat a lot of food. And my parents were enablers. They let me eat the foods that I ate because they were just so happy that I was eating again. And they would take me to Burger King or other fast food restaurants several times a week. And by the time I turned 13, I was an overweight teenager. And that's where my Uncle Max, the founder of the Think Get Fit system, came in and helped me retrain my mind, reprogram myself, and he helped me attain my goals. So by the time 6 or 8 or 9 months passed by, I went from 185 pounds to 150 pounds. I lost 35 pounds, and I also went through a growth spurt after that. So I definitely trimmed up, and I looked pretty fit. And at the age of 14, that's when I started weight training. So I'm 30 years old now, and I've been weight training consistently for about 16 years, on and off here and there in the last several years, and I'll explain that in the next section. So between the ages of 14 and 23, I was able to successfully keep the weight off. Studies have shown that most individuals who lose weight, and I would say most 95% or more, from what the studies show, will gain the weight back within 3 years and in fact gain more weight. I was able to keep it off for 9 years because I went through the Think Get Fit system where I reprogrammed my mind and I was able to override any negative behaviors I had in the past. When I was 23, I applied and I was accepted into dental school. I went to UConn, the School of Dental Medicine, which is in Farmington, Connecticut. And if you don't know Farmington that well, it's basically a farmland. There's nothing you can do there other than study. So I got in there. And with dental school, at that program, they actually incorporate your training with the medical students. So for the first 2 years, I was in medical school learning anatomy and physiology. I was dissecting cadavers. I was taking the medical school exams. And so, needless to say, it was a very difficult curriculum. And I had to devote a lot of time to studying and to perfecting my craft. Not only did I have to study, but I had to practice my dentistry, which is manual dexterity. It's very important to practice that as a dentist, obviously. So what happened? Between 14 and 23, I kept the weight off. I was exercising all the time. And then when I went to dental school, I just started to panic. I felt so much stress. I started to make the excuses that I just don't have time. I have to study an extra hour. I'm going to fail the exam. I'm paying a lot of money to go to the school. I don't want to fail out. This is my career. I want to be good at it. And so I started to skip a couple of gym sessions a week. And then a couple turned into 4 or 5. And then I stopped going to the gym consistently. And little did I know that working out for me has always been a stress reliever. So I didn't have any way to relieve all that built up stress that I was experiencing in school. So then I started to drink more coffee to stay awake. And then here and there, I'd have a little pastry. And that pastry made me feel good. So then I would have it again the next day and the next day. And then more and more each and every day. And sooner than later, I actually gained a lot of weight. A lot of weight. Now, in my senior year of dental school, I decided to lose some weight. We wanted to go on a trip to Las Vegas, and I wanted to look good. So I ended up following this online program through bodybuilding.com, and I lost weight. And then as soon as I did that, I stopped. I stopped the program. I went into residency, and I'll tell you about residency. It was definitely a doozy. Dental school was one thing, but residency is a total game changer. Not only did I work 50 hours a week, but every month I was on call for 1 week straight, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I would get paged in the middle of the night. I would get paged while I was at work. I would ironically get paged when I went to the gym. So it was very difficult to maintain a good workout schedule and a good diet and a good sleep pattern. And I, again, let everything fall to the wayside. So I decided it was time I would hire a personal trainer. And I followed his program for the first 9 weeks to a T. I was very motivated to lose weight. I lost weight. And then I stopped checking in with him because, number one, I had to write down way too much information. I had to eat 7 or 8 times a day, and I can't do that with my schedule. It's very difficult. And I also had to eat the same foods for weeks on end, and the food was disgusting. I just couldn't do it any further, and I didn't want to spend any more money on it. But as soon as I stopped, I had no one else to hold me accountable, and I didn't want to take responsibility for myself, so I let myself go again. And as I left residency, I went into private practice, and I was stressed out about that as well because there's a change in my life. And again, I gained weight. So I decided, let's do a ketogenic diet. I did keto for 2 months. I lost about 15 pounds. Then I incorporated carbs again. And then after I incorporated carbs, I gained the weight back. And then in the spring of 2019, I said, all right, let's finally get a new trainer. Let's follow through. But after a while, it costs a lot of money to stay with him. And it's just, I wanted to do the things on my own. So the pattern here is I hire somebody, I follow their programs religiously. I don't want to be responsible for my own body, and I just yo-yo diet back and forth. So the common denominator to all of these problems is that I was motivated to lose weight. I knew why I wanted to do it, but I didn't change my mindset. Up here, my behaviors were still the same. I said to myself, okay, losing weight is an end goal. It's not a lifestyle change. It's just an end goal. I got to get there, and then after that, I'm good. But after that, if you don't get rid of your behaviors and you don't reinforce the good behaviors, which is what the Think, Get Fit system does, eventually you revert back to what you were doing before. And I am a perfect example of someone who did that consistently. So where did it all change? It all changed during this coronavirus crisis. Things shut down. I was closed for 6 weeks. I was feeling depressed about things. I wasn't making money, and I was overweight. And I felt just like everything was crumbling. And that's when I decided to humble myself. And I decided to reach out to my uncle, who had no idea that any of this was going on because I would hide it from him. And we only talked on the phone. He lives in California. I live in Rhode Island. He never got to see me. And I just humbled myself, and I finally told him everything that was going on. That's when I finally decided, you know what, it's time to go back to the basics. Let's go back to the Think, Get Fit system. And I decided to do the Think, Get Fit system again. I reprogrammed my mind again within a month. I reconditioned my body to jog 3 miles within 4 or 5 months. I eat healthy all the time. I'm very strict because I choose to. However, if I wanted to incorporate a cheat meal here or there, I would do it. And that's the point in my life where I've realized this system works. I've done it twice now. 2 separate times that I can have laser focus because of a Think, Get Fit system. It works. I know for a fact it works. You just have to train your mind differently, and the rest will follow. So The point I'm trying to make is that this Think Get Fit system has worked for me as a child. It's worked for me as an adult. It's worked for other people in the past that my uncle has trained, and it's going to work in the future for other people. And if you're interested in trying this, this could be for you in the future, and we will do it together. Now, right now, I have a log of everything that I've done for the last 6 months. 6 months. I have weekly progress videos. I have my weight on a scale so you know that I'm not BSing you. And so the proof is in the pudding. If I'm doing it and I'm suggesting you do something similar, then we do it. But the beauty of the Think Get Fit system is that we're going to train your mind, we're going to give you the education, and we're going to walk you through it. It's not a cookie cutter program. I'm not going to tell you to eat 7 times a day if you only have time to eat 3 times a day. I'm not going to tell you to eat kale if you hate kale. We're going to do this together. I'm not going to tell you to be strict like I am if you want to have a cheat meal every week or every couple weeks, or if you like to have a little bit of coffee with a little cream on the side. We're here to support you. We're here to help you achieve your goals and transform. It's so much more credible for me to sit here and tell you that I've done it 2 separate times to transform my body than someone who's been in shape their entire lives. They don't know what it's like to go through what we go through. I know what it's like to crave and eat that candy when no one's looking. I know what it's like to feel depressed and to not fit in your clothes and to feel self-conscious. I didn't want to talk to girls because I felt like I was overweight and they don't want anything to do with me. It's a mindset. We have to transform all of that, and we can do that with the Think Get Fit system. It's not only going to give you more energy, make you look better, make you wear clothes that you like, also reduce your medical bills and reduce the chances that you get certain diseases, but it's going to give you that peace of mind. It's going to let you know that I did something. I did it on my own. And I can sustain it for a long period of time. Once you know what you're doing and you achieve your goals, we have to just maintain it. And that's the easy part because we've already transformed your mind. And afterwards, you don't really need to work with us anymore unless you want to. And that's the beauty of this program. Where other trainers, they focus on do this, do this, do this, do this. You rely on them. We want to teach you to be self-reliant. We want you to focus on becoming the person you want to be because you defined it that way. We want to teach you a different mindset, and that's what the Think Get Fit system is all about. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'm going to post as much as I can with nutrition tips, exercise tips, motivational tips. And if you guys enjoy the site, please subscribe below. Please like, please share with other people, and please follow our Instagram page for more information. All right, I hope you guys really prioritize your health and fitness and that you're healthy and safe for the remainder of 2020. Let's get this done. We can do it as a team.